Opening contest sees the young up-and-comer Kurt Sterling take on the nefarious Machete Brown.
Oh, we got a couple of different contrasts going on here. You got Machete Brown, the guy that makes the babies cry. You got Kurt Sterling, the guy that makes the girls swoon.
You know, you ask most people what comes at the end of a sentence, they'll tell you a period. You ask Machete Brown what comes at the end of a sentence, he'll tell you parole.
Oh, easy, easy. This man has paid his debt to society. He's just trying to set his life straight, get his kids back, and enter regular society.
Promotions, and I've done a lot, and you know I've wanted you back for a long time. The door's wide open, whether we be friends or foes. It could go either way. We could even do a little bit of both. The bottom line is Apex Wrestling needs Machete Brown back in the ring.
What is your name?
My name is Machete.
How long you been wrestling?
That's a great question. First for 5 years. Then I took over an 18-year break, almost 2 decades, and I'm back today apparently.
What made you come back?
It was decided years ago, but I had to fulfill some obligations with God. That's the truth.
Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Of all time. Funny you ask that question. Before I say all time, Bret Hart's the freaking man. There's someone else I can't mention. But favorite would be because I saw his interview him speaking to an audience last night, and then another audience this morning on YouTube. It's the Ultimate Warrior. Obviously, in the ring, he's shit, wrestling skill, but he's super over back then. Apparently, the boys say he's not the greatest worker, whatever that was, fine. But inspirational wise and motivational wise, Warrior fucking has the ultimate wisdom.
Who is the most inspiring wrestler to you?
Most inspiring. Honestly, he's on this card tonight. Moondog Manson would be the most inspiring wrestler to me. And he's on this card tonight because he made a body transformation and a life transformation where I looked at it and I was like, dang, if he can do that, maybe I can come back. Before I even thought of coming back, I thought about regaining my health. I know no one around the world would know about him, but down here people do. In other places around Canada and the States. Yeah, Moondog Manson, apparently, he's probably the most inspiring wrestler to me.
He is the legendary Moondog Manson!
What advice do you give to aspiring wrestlers?
Listen to the vets. Don't come in thinking you're hot shot, this and that. They'll beat you down pretty good in the ring. And if you come and train, just keep training, keep at it. You know? And just try not to disrespect anyone, don't mess with no one. Be good to the fans when they want your like autograph, whatever. Basically come in humble. At the same time inside, you know, have a bit of an ego, like you don't wanna let yourself completely just be abused either.
What's the greatest wrestling match you've ever seen?
Shawn Michaels versus Hitman WrestleMania 12 Iron Man match. I watched that match probably like over 200 times.
What makes a great wrestler?
I'm pretty green to answer that question. But right, the audience likes a guy that gets their attention, right? To watch good character and charisma. I think if you really be yourself and just let that out, that's how you get the Stone Cold, the Rock, Hogan, Warrior, Macho Man, and Flair, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. I think that's what it is.
I managed the Machete in the early 2000s. I remember traveling down to Portland with Machete and Dropkick Murphy.
Come on. That's all you get.
Rest in peace, rest in power. And they put on an amazing show down in Portland, and they even rolled out the action to the streets of Portland. They shut shit down where the cops had to come and see what was going on. The fight broke out to the street. Unbelievable experience from a life standpoint as well as from a wrestling standpoint.
I'm letting you know right now. Get down loud. Can't take that
She knows the camera's there.
Costume is a car.
Machete, how's it feel to be back?
Am I back or am I just dreaming? That's how it feels. Jordy, Taylor and Paula.
Yeah?
We're talking about rage. 10 seconds later, rage appears.
Yeah. Just manifest rage.
He's like, there's no coincidences. I'm like, if it happens this often, there is no coincidence.
That's right.
Are you coming back too?
I don't know, man. I'm not saying no, but I don't know.
I'm gonna ask the question everybody is wondering.
One night only.
Great, thank you. Yeah, it's beautiful, thank you.
There's also another side too. Great away.
To like take my pants off.
No pressure, but if you feel like
Please give us your wrestling name.
Rage.
Who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
Ricky Steamboat.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to any young wrestler?
Study the 80s psychology.
What is your best match? A favorite match?
Versus Machete Singh for Top Rank Wrestling in Abbotsford, British Columbia, 2004.
See, you planned it.
Huh?
I didn't know what I was doing. You planned it.
Did I?
Yep. Yeah, we broke the ladder.
Yeah.
Ladder match.
Is this some sort of freaking... I'm tripping. You never bled during the match.
Yeah.
What would you say is your inspiration for wrestling?
Now it's to come back and become Rage once again after a 15-year retirement.
Side slam by Vid Vane. Now the back cover hooks the outside leg.
Only because I promote something called Rage Against Depression, so I teach people to exercise as a means of releasing certain chemicals in the brain that combat anxiety and depression.
So for those of you who don't know, this is why I'm actually going back to wrestling. It's not for this.
Because I have PTSD from working in federal corrections for 14 years and seeing the ugliest of the ugly. I suffer from depression, anxiety, and of course PTSD. So one thing that I do is I'm on Instagram and I'm promoting and creating self-awareness for suicide awareness mostly, but at the same time I'm teaching people to exercise to help release those positive chemicals in their brains so that they can overcome their anxiety and depression on a daily basis and earn some micro wins. I have a couple sayings. First one is adapt and overcome. And the second one is to make your comeback greater than your setback. And that's the goal of Rage Against Depression, Brad.
Sterling goes back to a hammerlock, and now a good chain wrestling here as they go back and forth, switching with the hammerlocks. Drop toe hold now by Brown, floats over into a front chancery.
All right, Machete, so tell us about your injury, how it happened, what you injured.
Last year, August 19th, at the Richmond Olympic Global, there was a tournament. It's ADCC, the Abu Dhabi Combat Club. It was basically, ADCC is the most prestigious grappling tournament in the world, but this one is an open, so anyone can go in there, not just the top in the world. So I'm like, hey, if I get a chance to go in there too, I'll go for it. So I won my division, but then that day, later on, a few hours later, I signed up for the big one that day. That's the open. That's the open division where anyone can go in, but it may not be smart because all the top guys in town are trying to go for it. Because the winner of that division, they get a higher spot in the trials for the actual ADCC tournament for like the top guys in the world, right? The rest of the best.
Oh, this is going to be one heck of a match. Look at this. These guys are just filling each other out at this point. But you know what? I think Kurt Sterling is definitely at a disadvantage here. Machete Brown, he's not afraid to take a few little risks here and there.
So, yeah, in the first round, the guy I went up against, 29 years old. Obviously more athletic. He was seeing more skill, but it was kind of funny in that match. Yeah, I even saw myself on video. I'm like, I'm actually going a little faster than I normally would. It's just because the talent and the situation. But yeah, first 15 seconds in, he went for like an inside leg trip, and I even had underhooks partially, so I didn't expect for him to even go for that from there. But yeah, during that takedown exchange, a lot of my weight was just on my knee, almost with him. Like, he went for the trip, I almost went down. I tried to counter, but all my weight on my knee, just it caved in right there, and I had a patella tendon rupture. We even got that on film. It shows the injury. It happened really fast too, first round.
Machete Brown, he's being very cagey right now. He is wearing down Kurt Sterling. Kurt Sterling doesn't even realize that Machete is putting very little effort into just standing there.
And yeah, I couldn't get up, and I had to get surgery 4 days later.
And how long was the recovery for the doctors telling you to come back?
That's a tricky one because they said 9 to 12 months, but it's been 15, 16 months now. But right after I got surgery 4 days later. Right after surgery, it was like for like a month or so I couldn't do anything. Like, I literally couldn't stand on it. It would be like the dumbest thing. It would just snap right again. Even with a cast after surgery and everything, it was just, you had to have the crutch.
Brown challenges Sterling to give him what he's got, and you see what Sterling's got, 2 lariats and
but it's doing a lot better now. It's recovered, and it's not just like it's where it's at is gonna stay there. No, I've been slowly getting it, not just stronger, but a little bit more mobility and stuff. So it's a little easier, like walking up and down stairs and stuff. It's not 100% yet, but yeah, they said 9 to 12 months, like a year.
This is really the fans' fault. The fans should really just be leaving Machete alone. He's trying to work his match. He's trying to do what he has to do, and the fans are just being rude to this guy.
Well, so give me your thoughts on your first return back at the Halloween event.
In Port Moody, October 27th. That was crazy, man. That was literally like, I was also inside like very anxious, and my mind was racing, thinking about so many scenarios. Is this person gonna do this or that? Like, it was very surreal. Like, I'll tell you right now, I was definitely in the moment that whole time, building up to that show, maybe within the week or so. But I was very paranoid as well, but also excited. So the time of the day it came, at first it's like, it's been so long, gotta shake hands, this and that. It felt very kind of out of touch, out of place, but then slowly talking with the boys from the past that I knew, wrestling talk, you get right back in there like you never left. But man, it was scary. Just before I went out too, I had to control my breathing, and I couldn't. I'm like, I'm gonna have to go with this.
Well, Brown is now being rude to the referee, and referee Vern Siebert admonishing him as they engage in a bit of dialogue. Now Brown sends Sterling for the ride across the ring, and a big back body.
Oh, it was crazy, dude. I was so happy afterwards too. I thought, I was like, wow, this is nuts. And I know when during it, when it happened, man, I think all that fear built up inside, I just went with it. And when I remember saying some things to the crowd, and like when I was on the outside, when I said some things in the ring, when I said it, it just came out like, I felt like it came out strong, like, passionate. It was just, I couldn't move much because of my knees, so it was very mobile. But yeah, I loved it, actually, to tell you the truth. I feel like being in front of that crowd, it's like a different adrenaline.
For the ride across the ring, and a big back body drop. And there's the Tom Lee music replay. You see the height attained on that body drop count.
Did you see the strength of Machete Brown in that back body drop?
So apparently, I entered that battle royal and tossed out Scotty over the top rope for unknown reasons. Let me guess, because I felt like it. Scotty, I think you don't remember? Well, you know what? I think you're pretending not to remember. You know damn well why I tossed you out of that battle royal. You remember what 2006 was like, because I remember like it was yesterday. When it came to you helping us for our matches, we lost. When it came for us to helping you, you always won. As if it was always gonna be rigged that way. Scotty, I helped you build your fame. I helped you earn your fortune. I helped you win all those titles in gold. But you also remember, I turned on you, gave you the blue thunder, left you in the middle of the squared circle. And when I went back to the dressing room, after all the fans were living and giving it to me, they couldn't believe I gave it to the precious little Scotty back. I was never heard of again. For almost 2 decades I was gone. And in that time, whatever happened will be a story I'm gonna tell you moron fans later on down the road. But for now, we're gonna go into present day and I'm gonna pick up where I last left off. You thought I interfered in that match to shake your hand and call a truce, sing Kumbaya, Chilltown's back together again. No, since I didn't remember what it was like back then. It seems as though since you named yourself the commissioner months ago, the same shit's happening all over again. Rigging everything in your favor, how you see it. Why are you in the Battle Royal fighting for the ECCW Hardcore Championship? Obviously, it's always about you, never about everyone else. Scotty, I didn't come back to call a truce. I came back for revenge. I seek redemption. Me and you, we got some unfinished business to settle. And when you finally have the gall and the nerve to step up to the plate and accept that challenge, the question I have left for you is, will you be ready and willing to throw down against the Super Dragon, Machete Brown?
What happened? Wait, who's this?
Oh, wait a minute.
That's Machete! Who? Well, we don't have security, do we?
Marty Royale now, takes the back elbow from Machete.
I gotta go save her.
Wait a minute. Babs has just left the broadcast area to go in here. We've got officials and security and even Logan trying to separate Machete from Scotty Mac and his blue.
Tell us about then the couple weeks later for your next run-in with Scotty
the
Mac.
Hastings Racecourse Casino. That was better. I felt like that was better because I was able to move a little bit more. And then I finally got actually involved a little more in that one. Even took a chair shot to the head. So
yeah, that's it.
with Scotty, he was like making an announcement of a wrestler named Nick Price is gonna wrestle someone else, because they used me in the storyline to beat up the champion, one of the champions in the back, which was kind of cool. And then he had to vacate the belt, so they had to wrestle later on that night to determine the winner. So Scotty's making an announcement in the ring. I come from behind and attack him and stuff. But man, as soon as he hit me in the head with a chair, and then I went outside in the ring, and then finally they had like the officials there trying to get me out of there.
My goodness, you can see the dent in it. Concave on the skull of Machete. This is unbelievable. They're trying to get this man out of here. I don't know where the heck he came from.
Right when I started interacting with them and saying stuff to the crowd, that was crazy. There's other videos on YouTube where I caught it, where it shows me more talking, where we couldn't get the first video put on YouTube. You couldn't see much of what I was saying. You kind of heard it, but then there's other videos, a couple more that show more of what I'm saying, and that was awesome.
It might take all four of them to get Machete out of here. I don't know what the issue is with Scotty Mac. We'll surely find out.
Like, there's like a beast inside where it's like, man, you're working hard, this and that. Maybe things aren't going 100% your way, but I just definitely I was nervous, and yeah, I was nervous. I think those nerves and the anxiety of like the anticipation of going out there, right? I just went with that, and it's like, and that I think came out when I spoke, and everything I did was like that was used behind it. I really liked that actually better the second time. That was dope.
I've never seen anything like this before here.
You then get thrown out of the arena, and then tell us now you go to this group.
The moment of truth, yeah. So on that night, I joined this wrestling faction called the Moment of Truth. Taylor the Impaler. So this guy's like the leader of Moment of Truth, and we're actually the largest faction in Canada now. Like, and not just Canada, around the world. So I think that's just what happened the last couple of days ago. He announced it on Facebook. So I think there's like 44 or 45 members now, something like that. I think I was at 36 members, right? Wu-Tang Clan, 36 chambers, right? But yeah, so that's pretty cool actually, to be part of that history, like a large group. Now it's around the world, so not everyone's gonna be together at once on a show, which would be dope. But that was kind of cool because I had to be involved, because fans they don't know who I am down here. Right. For 18 years go by, only few people do who stuck around. That was kind of cool, and there's a video up there on Facebook, on the Canadian Apex Wrestling Facebook page, so you can check that out.
What are the next steps and the plans as we go into 2025? With Moment of Truth and for the Machete.
I'm glad you asked that question, because if it just, like, wrestling wise, you're asking? Okay, wrestling wise. So it was all like trying to like get back in the ring as well, but there was still a lot of recovery to do with the knee. So it was like I was kind of limited to like get back in there and practice on some of the days they do it.
Misses with a clothesline. Sterling now with a series of right hands. Backs Brown up along the ropes. Goes for the...
So the plan was now, after so much weightlifting during like over the course of a year and rehabbing the knee, I focused too much on just trying to look bigger and stronger. I'm glad you asked the question, because recently now I've switched it up where I don't want to do so much lifting, though I want to get strong, but I'm going to focus more on like the mobility of my legs and my like stomach. I got to work the abs more.
Wow, a nice short arm back elbow smash by Brown, as it looked like Sterling wanted to fire him into the ropes. And I have to give it to Machete Brown. So far, so good, as he's sticking to his game plan and taking it to the youngster.
Stuff, and kind of getting back in like that kind of martial arts type of shape. And then also like strength-wise, now I want to switch to like chin-ups, push-ups, bar dips, and stuff like that. And so I want to get away from just trying to lift weights and look big and strong bodybuilding style, and now get more into the train myself to get back in the ring. So when I put my character together and when I talk and stuff, and when I wrestle, I don't want to look so slow and choppy because of the knee after sacrifice. The plan is basically for the next shows coming up to be able to actually just wrestle a match, because so far I've just been used to get in the ring, cause interference. And it was kind of cool because they're using me for storyline. And Scotty Mac, like, it's good that he's commissioner now.
The commissioner joining us here in the ring.
Because he has his own knee problems, right? The guy has no ACL, so yeah, he had to overcome that and recover from that. So that's kind of crazy too. And now he's being the commissioner, and it's dope because the wrestlers can use that as an angle as, oh, Scotty's causing all this commotion, he's not doing anything right, and then I come in from the past, we got the history. So I don't want to come in there and be like, oh yeah, do a bunch of yelling, act all big and tough, but then, you know, not so mobile.
Machete Brown, he is a technical wrestler, but he is also a brawler. This guy's tough as nails.
Showcasing some of his wrestling prowess with that vertical suplex, goes for the cover.
When do you anticipate your first match will be? Not just a run-in, but your first match?
I think it's going to be March, because they waited like an extra month for the show, so it's going to be in February when they come back. I think the beginning of February. They were supposed to do it in January, so after that, they're actually planning it, as they told me, to go basically March. It'll be like it won't be a singles though, it'll be like a 6-man tag team match. So they're trying to give me a chance to like recover my knee more before actually, you know, which I told them, like, yeah, I'm not gonna push it and risk it. What's the point of coming and then boom, it's gone. And then,
oh, the arrogant cover. You gotta love Machete Brown for the arrogant cover. This is his way of saying, I don't have to take much energy to beat you, kid.
But arrogance can come back to cost you in professional wrestling. Nice body shot there as he has Sterling in the corner. Oh, and a reverse knife edge chop by Brown.
Final question.
all right.
Do you think you'll ever be a champion again?
You think about that, right? If you don't care, when you go into something, you won't think about that. But if you actually care for these type of things, yeah, you'll think about it. I'll love to be champion. Why not? I think I can do a great champion. I think when I see locally, like, I'm still looking. I can look big and strong too. I can, like I said before, I want to get away from like that bodybuilding look huge, but I can do that too. Probably like in 2 weeks, because I've been doing all the other stuff built to it. Yeah, I'll love to be champion.
Look at this with and he connects. He drives the elbow right into the sternum.
But he does it again. The cocky cover, the Statue of Liberty press, if you will.
I'm not coming back to pro wrestling just to half-ass it either, right? So everything I do will be built towards whatever I do. Hopefully that output goes towards helping the company make it grow. I don't want to be champion if it's bad for the company. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be like, oh, just make me champion. I want to be selfish. But I won't even argue what they do. It's not my business. I'm not the booker. But hey, if they want to make me champion, that's the right move. Do it. And I think I can build up the good guy, the face, the baby face really well over time. And then when he wins, the fans are going to be like, you know, they want a Stanley Cup or something. That's basically wrestling.
But Machete Brown is still standing. He's still got all of his faculties. It is only a matter of time before he puts away Kurt Sterling.
Stay tuned, brother.
Into a soul, absolutely free from thoughts and emotion. Even the tiger finds no room to insert its fierce claws. One and the same breeze passes over the pines on the mountain and the oak trees in the valley. And why do they give different notes? No thinking, no reflecting, perfect emptiness, yet there in something moves, following its own course. The eye sees it, but no hands can take hold of it. The moon and the stream, clouds and mist, their mid-air transformation. Above them eternally shine the sun and the moon. Victories for the one even before the combat, who has no thought of himself, abiding in the no-mindness of great origin. Tomorrow night, come down to the Hastings Racetrack Casino, where only Canadian Apex Wrestling is the best of the very best in the Pacific North